Hello, and welcome to another edition of Sports Card ASMR. I'm the Sports Card Doctor, and we are very happy that you are here today for a price guide edition, our more popular of our video series that we do here. And I appreciate those who want to see sports cards get priced in the present day based on prices from the past. This channel, if you're new here, combines sports card nostalgia and ASMR relaxation. We squish them together, alright? So, that I say up top in case anyone is wondering why you wandered into a sports card video with some low talking and high crinkles. That's why you're here. I hope you like it and invite you to stay. And if you're going to stay, subscribe to the channel and help us reach some of our goals. Now we're going to open up a pack of cards, price it, and occasionally we might find a card that deserves a penny sleeve. Our friend Eric sent us these. There's an address to send us things down below. And occasionally we'll induct some cards into the penny sleeves here. Those are the legend cards that we find. Cards like Eric Davis from '88, Jay Buhner before it became Jay Buhner. Recently acquired Cecil Fielder, 91 Peachy. Marcus Allen, the greatest running back in the NFL for about 2 or 3 seasons until Al Davis said not no more. The late Jim Ferry with his very infamous, around these parts we celebrate this sweater, but it's infamous. And Chris Ford's mustache is now infamous. That mustache has its own per game average of rebounds. Like it's powerful. That mustache has arrested a lot of people. We got this Ken Griffey Jr. Opeachy, which quite frankly I might want to put into a penny sleeve. And then we have the legend of legends around here, Mark Malone. Mark Malone. Mark Malone, quarterback. The greatest football player of all time. Now, if we reach our goal of 1,000 subs soon, as we slowly grow this channel, we are going to induct Mark Malone and his mustache into the Sports Card ASMR Hall of Fame. So help us reach that goal. Alright. Today, after doing several price guide videos around baseball cards, I'm happy to announce that thanks to our friend and listener and viewer and supporter, Ranger Donald, we now have a collection of, are you ready? That's right, Beckett football card monthlies. And what better way to start this with one of my favorite football players of all time, the great Barry Sanders. Barry Sanders. Alright, this is from August 1991. It's issue 17. Price to go at $2.95, $3.95 for you northerners up there in Canada. Let's take a look. Let's see what is inside here. We've got art piece of Chris Everett. Oh, excuse me, Jim. We got Jimmy Johnson and his hair. Warren Moon. Advertisement for Fleer, 91 Fleer. I loved that Dan Marino. Dan Marino's my guy, you know. Alright. Article on Dave Craig and his tiny hands. And Derek Thomas, the late great Derek Thomas. Emmett Smith. Troy Aikman. I know, I can hear the boos. There's my guy. There's my guy, Dan. How you doing, Dan? Miss Dan Marino playing. Uncle Dan, they call him in Miami now. Let's take a look at the hot and cold section here. Again, in August of 91. So the 1991 football season was close to kicking off there, the regular season at least. Barry Sanders, Emmett Smith, Thurman Thomas, Joe Montana, Jerry Rice all hold at the top 5. Randall Cunningham, Bo Jackson, Jim Kelly, Warren Moon, the big arm of Jeff George, the next 5. Troy Aikman, Derek Thomas, Andre Rison, my guy Dan Marino, Bruce Smith, Jason Dan, that's normal, Will Payton, Rocket Ismail, Lawrence Taylor, Neil Anderson. Forgot about Neil Anderson. Good running back for the Bears, right? Johnny Johnson, running back for the Cardinals. That's your top 20 hot. Your cold is John Elway. Well, John would get his revenge there. Brian Bosworth, which would hold. New England Patriots. Wow, look at that. Look at that. That cold listing is older than Bill Belichick's current girlfriend, Bo Jackson, Andre Ware, Jim McMahon, prime time. William Perry, Icky Woods. The Icky Shuffle was very popular. I used to do it all the time on the playground. Did not make a lot of friends with that. And Barney Kosar rounding out the cold there. Look at that. Get to the prices here. Football cards during this time period. Not as popular as baseball cards, this we know. But I like some of these designs, man. Look, it's a TV. It's a TV set. Long cards there. There's my Dolphin kicker, Garo Yepremian. He had the worst throw in Super Bowl history. Greg Morton, Randy White. There's that Joe Montana. There's Montana. 86 tops, 85 tops, Dan Marino. I have that. Somewhere I have in a very hard case the Jerry Rice rookie from this era, which was $44 at this point. There we go. This is the era I really started collecting cards and football cards. 87 tops was the first set of football cards that I bought regularly there. Pro Set showed up to change the game. Score got into the game. Flair, Scott Norwood, wide right. Look at that. 91 Pacific Plus, Pro Set 1, Pro Score, or Score 1, Tops. There we go. So Pro Set 2 and Score 2 would be a little bit later here. Okay, so interesting. Okay. I'll get to something in a second here. There's James Lofton and his second chapter of his great career there with the Bills. Oh, that's not a relaxing sound, but I'm making it. Now, back in the day, kids, if you and your parents moved and you wanted to keep your subscription going, you would have to place your old label here, fill out your new one, send that in, and hope it worked out. Eric Swan. Remember Eric Swan? Look at that. What a time. What a time here. Ah, the late, great Dick Butkus there. Back when football was played by animals. And speaking of that, toothless Jack Lambert there. All right. And the late, great Derek Thomas on the back there. One of the best ever to do it. I remember that 7-sack game against, I think, Dave Craig, right? Crazy times. Gone too soon. All right. That's what we're going to be looking through. But what are we going to be pricing? Well, I'm glad you asked. We're changing things up. I was going to price this. The 1991 Upper Deck Premier Edition. Simply because I kind of forgot Upper Deck did football, but I didn't. I have a lot of Upper Deck football cards in my collection from the day. I kind of forgot. But if you just noticed in this Beckett that I pulled out here, I really wanted to start with Barry. 1991, we don't have the Upper Deck listed here yet. We got 91 Action Packed, 91 Flair, Pacific Plus, Pro Set, Score, Tops, and then that's it. So, I think I do have Beckett's with the 91 Upper Deck in it. Probably maybe came out a little bit after this issue was published. So, as good as the crinkles are, we're not going to open those. So what are we going to do? Don't worry. We got some 91 Fleer football. And I got to tell you, 91 Fleer football do not look good. I remember them. Saw them in there again. They're ugly cards. But that doesn't mean they're not going to be worth something. 91 Fleer, you can collect your Pro Visions and All Pro limited edition cards. So what do you say? Let's open up this pack, see what's inside, price it. Oh, those are ugly cards. Oh my God, these are uglier cards. These are more ugly than the school clothes I got in 1991. The background's removed. Interesting decision there. Let's take the players off the field and just put them against a really bright cactus cooler kind of background there. The green borders just seem out of place. They don't work with a lot of the colors. And then on the back here, keeping it going, you know, just the stats okay. The stats stand out. I don't mind that. I don't mind the little inset photo there. It's a little less abrasive on the back here, but that front is, dear God, it's like a bad YouTube thumbnail from about 6 years ago. All right, but let's see what's in the back here. Don Warren. See, you get a couple other players will get in there, disembodied as they are. Stan Humphries. Oh, I remember Stan. Go to the Chargers, right? Robert Clark. Tim McIyer. Dolphin fan in me totally remembers McIyer. Hitters. Bruce Smith. Look at that. Ron Hall. Wow. Eugene Lockhart. Bob Golick. Keith McKellar. Brent Jones. Richard Dent. There you go. There's a legend. Jonathan Hayes. Steve Wallace. Wow. Well, I gotta tell you, for our first price guide of football, this is not a great pack of cards here. Usually, if you're just joining us, I'll pick about 5 or 6 cards. We price this pack at $1, and we try to see if we can make our money back. And then now, I do a overall kind of what the entire price of the pack will be. And we're looking at common players here all along. Nothing great. Well, we're going to price a Richard Dent. We'll price a Brent Jones. Maybe a Golick. I mean, we're not talking a superstar here. Definitely, this is a special card, so probably not worth as much. As much as I like my guy McGuire here coming over from San Francisco. Not worth a lot. Maybe Stan Humphries. Okay, I gotta tell you, I'm gonna do an estimate of okay. We're not gonna get our $1 back. There's just no way, unless Richard Dent is 95 cents because they knew he'd one day be in the Hall of Fame, right? He's a Hall of Famer? I can't remember. So we'll price these cards. Stan Humphries only because he's a quarterback of note. Bruce Smith. Bob Golick because he appeared on TV shows. Brent Jones. And, of course, the aforementioned Richard Dent. But this entire pack, I'm telling you, not a good pack of cards. I think this entire pack of cards will be worth, I'm putting the mark at $1.25. All right, that's kind of the over-under here. Let's see where we can get with this. Man, not even like a Darryl Talley, like a Andre Rison. Like, all right, so 1991 Fleer. Football. Okay, I'm setting the total price at $125. Let's see what we can do here. Let's see what miracle we can pull out of our football helmet here today. There it is, 91 flare. All right, here goes nothing. I mean, literally nothing. We'll start with Brent Jones, tight end for the Niners. Had some good seasons. 358. Well, I'll be. He's actually listed. Okay, Brent Jones, 12 cents, goes down in sports card ASMR history as the first football card priced here. $0.12. Maybe there's hope. Bob Golick, a popular guy during this time. More off the field than on, but he was a good player too. Number 108 in the set. And that's a common. Alright, that's not a bingo. That's a common. Okay. Now here's the Bruce Smith hitter's card there, a little special edition. $3.96 in the set here. Let's see. And no, common. The others aren't Bruce Smith hitters. Common. Stan Humphries. Mark Rippon was the guy. Humphries was getting some time. Maybe there's a little hope in what he's got going on. There he is. 12 cents. All right, not bad. Not bad. What a world we live in when a Bruce Smith card is a common. But Humphries is 12 cents. All right. 10, 22, 34 cents. Oh, Richard Dent, there's a lot of pressure on you. Great player. Great defensive lineman for the Bears. Part of their big mid-80s run. A lot of sacks. Look at that. 12 sacks in 1990. You don't want to mess with Richard Dent there. All right. Let's try here. 218 in the set. Nope, wrong one. Sorry. Richard Dent, he's listed. 10 cents. 10 cents. All right. 10, 20, 32, 44 cents. I mean, I didn't even get a chance to pick good cards here. All right. So, I think we'll probably go over our 125 mark here, 141. For Ronnie Lippett. Common. Don Warren. If he's not a common, I don't know what to do with my life. Okay, Robert Clark. Receiver. Oh, listed. Listed, 10 cents. All right. Making a note of this. Okay, so we're already at $1.04. We're at $1.04 already right now. 125 for Tim McKyer. There's a common there. Ron Hall, the Bucks, 375. I would not imagine he's anything but a common. Eugene Lockhart, 233. That's a common. I think I underestimated the pack here. Oh, look at that. Keith McKellar, rookie. Look at that. 12 cents. So that's not... Don't mind my doctor scribbles here at the bottom. Okay. Well, if I had priced Clark and McKellar, we would have crossed that dollar. We would have made our money. So we made our money back. Just I picked the wrong cards. All right, Jonathan Hayes, common as well, and Steve Wallace. Good lineman for the Niners, but probably not a valuable card. Common as well. Okay, 10, 20, 30, 35, 45, 57. So there we go, 57. Oh, I'm still under. Okay, no, I'm still good. All right, there we go. So we have got $1 was our price. I wasn't off too bad there. My math is, I'm not a bright human. Maybe my math was off, but interesting pack. I think we learned a lot today about opening football cards in the 90s, or from the 90s, which I did open them in the 90s. It's kind of hard to remember who had a card value here. Hayes, McKellar, I barely remember McKellar. This is like he's been around for a few years there, but I guess that Jim Kelly-led offense was firing on all cylinders, and he and Pete Metzelaars were, the guys to count on. Robert Clark, I do remember Robert Clark. Good season there, but that was when the resurgent Lions with our guy Barry there, and then what can you do? What can you do? Learned a lot today. Learned a lot. Well, we have more football cards to open, and I thank you all for playing along with me, placing your bets with me, and excited to open up the pricing game to include hockey, basketball, football, as well as our staple, baseball. Thanks for listening. Thanks for watching. Thanks for enjoying the relaxation of the different ASMR sounds and the sports nostalgia tension that we created here today. Subscribe so we can keep growing and keep going. See you next time here on the Sports Card Doctor.